Hi, I'm David Lawrence, and I'm going to show you how to make one of my very favorite beef recipes, a classic beef bourguignon. We're going to render a little bit of bacon. I've got 4 slices of really good quality center cut bacon, and I've got a little bit of canola oil in the bottom of the pan. That's just going to help get the bacon started. Okay, so now the bacon is all rendered. It's nice and crispy. And I'm just going to fish this out here and drain it off on a little bit of paper towel. Now I want to crank the heat back up to high. We want the pan really hot. And very carefully, I'm going to just drop this meat in. So when you lay the meat in the pan, we're going to let it go for probably about 2 minutes per side until it gets a nice golden caramelized crust. Okay, so now that our meat is seared, we're left with this beautiful fond on the bottom of the pan. Now, don't let that word intimidate you. It's a fancy way of saying brown bits on the bottom of the pan. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our meat back into the pan, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some flour. I'm going to put in a little bit of cognac to deglaze the pan. I'm going to add an entire bottle of red wine. I happen to be using a Pinot Noir. Anything that you would drink is going to be great in your dish. So once the wine starts to come up to a bubble, I'm going to add a can of beef broth. So while the stew comes up to a simmer, I'm just going to put together a bouquet garni. I know it might sound a little bit intimidating, but it's just a way of saying a few fresh herbs tied together in a bundle. So into the stew this goes. Okay, so now that the stew has come to a simmer, we're going to reduce the heat to low and just put a lid on it. This is going to do its thing for about an hour, and I promise you the flavor payoff is well worth the wait. Okay, so let's take a look at our stew. It's been simmering away for about an hour, and man, it looks and it smells great. So now I'm just going to add in the vegetables just to give it an extra layer of flavor. We're going to put in about 4 cloves of chopped garlic. I'm going to put in some frozen pearl onions, about 2 cups worth. Then I'm going to add in about a pound of carrots. These are just peeled and sliced on an angle. And the final thing that I'm going to add to this pot is a pound of mushrooms. I know this pot's looking pretty full, but again, all of these vegetables are really going to cook down. So we're going to get this stirred in just until the vegetables are tender, and then the stew is done. Okay, so our beef bourguignon is done, and I got to tell you, it looks and smells amazing. I'm going to take some of this bacon that we did in the beginning that I've saved, and then I always like to finish off with a little bit of parsley, get a little bit of freshness and a little bit of something green. And there you have it, a classic beef bourguignon recipe. Give it a try and let me know what you think. Get more recipes at goodbite.com.